The Cybertruck, the greatest evolution in vehicular fashion and function.
Hi everyone, JJ here. Welcome back. Well, is Tesla running out of Cybertruck buyers already? That's the question for today. I'm going to investigate, see what evidence there is for this. If you're a Tesla employee, feel free to chime in. I do get a few comments from Tesla employees, and that's great. Elon Musk is big on free speech, so he wouldn't mind. Talk News has this article. Tesla only has 10 days of Cybertruck order backlog before being forced to halt the production line. The wait to buy a Cybertruck has shrunk from months to weeks to days, it says. It now takes Tesla less than 10 days to build and deliver a brand new $79,990 Cybertruck. This raises concerns that Tesla might soon run out of Cybertruck buyers. Now, just because they can build them and deliver them quickly, does that mean that they're running out of buyers? Let's investigate. This is from November the 2nd, so only days ago, from Talk News. And the second article that I can find here is from Electric, just days ago, November the 4th. Tesla starts Cybertruck deliveries in Canada as US backlog runs out. So I don't know if those two things are linked, but let's investigate this Electric article first and then go back and see what Talk News says. Now, it says Tesla is officially starting its Cybertruck deliveries in Canada as its backlog in the US appears to have been exhausted. Tesla started Cybertruck deliveries in the US almost exactly a year ago, so it's only been a year, and appears to have delivered about 40,000 vehicles. Recently, the automaker claimed that Cybertruck achieved a positive gross margin and started selling the non-foundation series version of the electric pickup truck for $80,000. Now, I did do a video about the earnings, live earnings. I was surprised to see that they said the Cybertruck had a positive gross margin. It's almost hard to believe, almost impossible to believe that that's the case. Now, Fred Lambert from Electric says at one point a tally showed that Tesla might have had as many as 2 million reservations worldwide. And that was back after the initial event where Elon Musk has his puffery, which his own lawyers have said, Tesla's lawyers have said that it's corporate puffery, not lies. He said that it was going to be about $40,000. And of course, when it came out, it was closer to 100. It's come down a little bit from that, but that was a big difference. And so it's no wonder that people who did pre-order dropped off the list. But this indicates that there has been a big drop-off, if this is true. Yet, within a year and about 40,000 vehicles, Tesla appears to have exhausted entirely its backlog in the US. Anyone can now order a Cybertruck without reservation and get delivery within a week or two. Unlike the US, people in Canada are still limited to the Foundation Series Cybertruck, which starts at 138,000 Canadian dollars. Wow, that is a lot. You wouldn't think they're going to sell a huge amount there starting at that price. That's well into the luxury vehicle there. That's not what was intended, and that's probably why so many people have dropped off that pre-order list. And they've only sold 40,000 in the US, and it looks like it's drying up. Now, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, I really appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. And if you're new here, do subscribe if you want more of this kind of content in the future. Now, it says Canada is already a limited auto market, but the Cybertruck at those prices isn't likely going to reach significant volumes. I agree with that, as I just said. In fact, Tesla's configurator shows that people placing an order right now can take delivery this month, despite the fact that the automaker started to take orders from reservation holders in Canada in August. So get your orders in if you're in Canada and you want a Cybertruck. Looks like you'll be able to get it soon if you want to pay that much, but it looks like there's no shortage of Cybertrucks to be sold in Canada. Now, this is Electric's take. Of Fred's take, I'd expect Tesla to switch to non-foundation series in Canada as soon as this month, starting at closer to 100,000 Canadian dollars. That's still a lot. Tesla should see a little more demand in the market, but it will still be very limited. You'd have to think so. Again, that's an expensive car, a truck. Now to focus back to the US. As for the US, it seems like Tesla is hitting the ceiling. It's a bit of a typo there. We're not clubbing baby seals here with non-foundation series, since people are getting new orders delivered in days. Tesla would need the new, cheaper base model to reach higher volumes, even though the reservation tally showed that it was the least popular model, although that was before the price hike. I think it is fair to start to have doubts about Cybertruck being a 250,000 vehicle per year program, as Tesla previously stated, Fred says. And I've grabbed this table here from the latest financials, that report that just came out weeks ago. It says here Cybertruck greater than 125,000 capacity. So I guess that's how much they can make right now. And they're not close to that by the look of it, only having sold around 40,000 to date and looking like they're running dry in the US. Starting in Canada, there is the rest of the world, of course. In many countries, the Cybertruck won't be road legal because of the specifications, the way it's built.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God.
Wouldn't be actually legal on some roads, as I understand it. I don't think that would even be the case where I live in New Zealand. We've got a lot of trucks here. There's so many here. The Ford Ranger is the biggest seller, as I understand it. We're getting BYD trucks, Australia and New Zealand getting BYD trucks here. Now, before we get to the more in-depth talk article, there's a comment here on that article, one of the favorite comments. There are electric trucks that are more practical and appealing than the Cybertruck now. The Silverado and Rivian are great alternatives. The Cybertruck will never sell close to 250k units. What do you think about that? Do you think they're going to get up to 250k units on this Cybertruck? It's hard to see. And here are those trucks. That's the Silverado EV there. This is the Rivian. And this here is the BYD truck that I was talking about, the hybrid. I noticed that Electric Viking, who's from Australia, did a video on this the other day. BYD's rivals are panicking after Shark pickup truck selling way below cost. Now, presumably they're doing this on purpose, taking a loss on that truck in order to take market share. That's what he says in the video. 2025 BYD Shark is petrifying rivals. It's a bit of a sensationalist title there, as we do on YouTube, but nevertheless, BYD starting to get market share, wanting to get market share outside the US. There's 100% tariffs, but in other countries, it'll be interesting to see how popular that truck is there. Now, if you've watched videos here before, you will have noticed that this channel has become way more focused on Elon and Tesla, everything surrounding that. But I do make other videos on the other channel, Stock Chat Show. I'll put that on screen and a link in the description if you want to go and check that out. There's much more of a variety there about companies and stocks. If you're interested in that, link in the description. Now to the Talk News article saying Tesla only has 10 days of Cybertruck order backlog before being forced to halt the production line. So it appears that Tesla is having a hard time finding new Cybertruck buyers after the Cybertruck reservation list essentially collapsed. Ultimately, only 2.5% of the over 1 million reservation holders decided to purchase the truck. This statement holds true even after the cheaper non-foundation series $79,990 Cybertruck became available. So a bit of a discrepancy there. They say that 1 million reservations. If it's 1 million, 2 million, it's still a big cut if they're running out of buyers and orders already. Now, after exhausting that reservation list, Tesla has to rely on a steady stream of new Cybertruck buyers, obviously, to keep the production lines running. However, the EV maker appears to be struggling in this regard. New data suggests that Tesla has less than 10 days of Cybertruck orders in its company books. Less than 10 days. If that's true, they're selling way under what they want to sell. Now, the first evidence of low Cybertruck demand comes from Tesla fans, specifically from people who have decided to buy the non-Foundation Series 79K or just under 80K Cybertruck. Now, it points to one recent Cybertruck buyer, Gabe Thompson, as one of those individuals, and says he was surprised at how quickly Tesla was able to build and deliver his Cybertruck after he ordered one in mid-October. A few days ago, Gabe wrote on the Tesla Cybertruck group on Facebook, "I ordered a non-Foundation Series Cybertruck on October 18th, not long ago, and it will be delivered tomorrow. I'm surprised how quick it was from order to delivery. I did not have a reservation from years ago either. Is this typical now? Are they having that hard of a time selling these trucks?" So he ordered it and got it almost immediately, very quickly delivered. So that's the case now. So if you do want a Cybertruck, it looks like it's easy to get, very quickly delivered now. Ordered on the 18th, delivered on the 29th. Really quick turnaround. Does that mean that they're ramping up the Cybertruck and there's a lot to sell, that people can get them very quickly, or that they are running out of orders to deliver them so quickly? And now, as Gabe said, he pointed out that he did not have a price Cybertruck reservation, so he was not in that 1 to 2 million Cybertruck reservation list. Now, Talk News quite rightly points out here, for anyone outside of Tesla, it's impossible to say how many Cybertruck orders the company has and how many days of that production that is. So do let me know in the comments if you're from Tesla and you do have this information. However, if it takes the company less than 10 days to go from order to delivery, then that's a very good sign that Tesla has only a few days of Cybertruck production on the company's order books. Before Tesla started selling the Cybertruck, based on the over 1 million long reservation list, Elon Musk was expecting the truck might be sold out all the way to 2027. Perhaps that's when he thought he could make it for around 40,000. I'd say if there were 40,000, there would be a lot more people buying these things. However, less than a year since the start of production, not only has the reservation list completely evaporated, but anyone can order and take delivery of a Cybertruck in less than 10 days. And we have seen the evidence for that. In just the past few months, the wait time to get a Cybertruck has quickly shrunk from years to months to weeks, and now just down to days. This trend then raises the question, does Tesla have enough demand to keep the Cybertruck production line running? Will they have to stop production of the Cybertruck if there are not enough orders? I have seen on the internet, it's car parks full of Cybertrucks getting dirty. It's hard to know whether this is just them waiting for delivery or whether that they're producing more than they can sell right now. What do you think of this? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that Elon Musk was way overestimating how much of these he could sell? Is this his baby? He put a lot of design into this.
I think it's the most unique thing on the road. And finally, the future will look like the future.
Has it been a bit of a failure in terms of how many they can sell? 250,000 a year. He was thinking, and they were saying, it looks like they're struggling, starting to sell in Canada now, though they're expensive there. Will it mean that they're having to sell them at a loss because they have to get rid of these cars that they've made, halt the production line? Or do you think there's just a bit of a glitch and that they do have a lot of demand there? Let me know in the comments what you think. Now, don't forget about our Patreon. I'll put a link in the description if you haven't checked that out for a while. I do weekly investing updates there. There's many there, an archive if you want to go and check that out. You can join for free as well and get public videos over there. Again, link in the description to that. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put a link to a previous Cybertruck episode that a lot of people have been watching, so go and see that now if you haven't already. And also a link to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do go ahead and do that if you want more of this kind of content in the future. And thanks to everybody for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.